Hey, welcome to Kate Crafts. I'm Kate. Today I'm sharing with you my make for Scrap and Stamp's My Punny Valentine Inspiration Hop. Let's get started. So to kick things off, I'm going with the Let's Toast Stamp and Die set by Fawn, as well as a couple of Fawn inks. So here I'm just inking up in some butter, some crunchy leaf, and then we're going to go in with some River Rock. Now I know that the butter is not Copic ink friendly, so I end up doing it anyway, but because the colors were so similar, I didn't think that it would matter much. And this unintentionally turned into a little bit of a no-line coloring, if you will. I mean, I was just going with the ink colors to match the colors of the Copic markers that I was going to use, and it unintentionally became like a no-line coloring, especially when you look at the butter. Here I'm just using a little bit of masking tape, well, not masking tape, but washi tape. That's the Lawn Fawn mushroom tape, and I'm just going over the rest of the butter dish and a little bit of that crunchy leaf. I was careful not to oversaturate it too much because I didn't want it as dark as the toast. So next up, we are going to do a little bit of Copic coloring. I'll make sure to leave all of these Copics in the description box below. And while I'm at it, I should probably tell you about today's video. So today we are doing a My Punny Valentine Inspiration Hop where we make the Valentine's cards with the little funny sayings on them. So mine's a little punny, which we'll get to in a minute. But each stop along the way will show you a new design to inspire you. As always, we will be giving away one $50 gift card to one lucky winner who leaves a comment at each stop along the way. Every stop is another chance to win, so please share the love with each of the talented makers. Winner will be announced on the Scrap and Stamp blog at the end of the month. And in the description box below, I will have a full list of all of the awesome makers that are participating in this month's hop. Don't forget to check out the Scrap and Stamp blog for last month's winner. Even though I wasn't participating, there's still a winner from last month. So if you had hopped along with the others, make sure to go check that out. Also, I do have all of the products that I am using in today's project, and I will have links to the majority of items that I use if you are interested in them. So anyway, here is what I'm doing with these colors. So it ended up looking a little like a no-line coloring with that butter, and I was trying to do the same for the toast. It wasn't my thought to do the no-line coloring per se. I mean, I probably could have got away with maybe some jellyfish ink, but I didn't feel like digging it out, and I just decided to go with these colors. Now, you could do the jellyfish ink. That would be a little bit of a lighter color ink that you would use to be able to color in, and it just kind of gives you an outline of where you need to color. But I wasn't thinking really about that. I didn't want to dig it out. I didn't want to find it, and these were just readily available. And I tend to store all of my little cube inks in the little Tim Holtz tins that you can put your cube inks in, and I just find them super handy because I've got them all color coordinated, if you will. So when I need my blues, I pull out the tin for the blues or the tins for the pinks, or so on and so forth. How do you guys store all of your inks? Do you use them in tins, the small ones, the big ones? Do you have those little slotty things that you could slot your big ones in? I know I do. I have all of my oxide inks in their own little homes on a little makeshift shelf. I'm not sure what the name of the product was. If it was Spectrum Noir or something like that. But anyway, there's tons of storage items that you could look at on the Scrap and Stamp website as well. I just don't delegate this video solely to Lawn Fawn products. There are tons of things on their website to help you get organized for this year. I know that's something that I plan on really working hard on. But anyway, back to the video. So here I am struggling with blending in all of these end numbers. My markers are a little dry and it is time to replace them. So that's another thing that you could look up on the Scrap and Step website, that they've got a lot of the Copic refills as well. So next we are going to go in with a little bit of Wild Rose, and the paper that I'm using, I believe it's the rainbow paper. um, the Rainbow After paper. It's a 12 by 12. I have a whole bunch of this. I think I got it from yeah, I have the rainbow paper set in the 12 by 12. I believe this one is an older one. And then next we are going to be using the Lacy Heart Stitch die, which I've already cut this out. And the paper that we're using is from the Rainbow Ever After paper pad. And that is a 6 by 6 one. I know I ended up getting a couple of these books because this paper is just so pretty. I love it. I think it's one of my favorite. And this one, I think the ink that I'm using is the Sage Leaf? I can't remember. It's hard to see on the screen. But I'm just going around the edges like I did with the Wild Rose and just darkening it up just to give it a little bit of dimension and interest. So once I'm satisfied with that, we are going to go ahead and layer everything on. Now initially I thought I was going to layer the toast in the toaster oven, but then I thought I wasn't sure where I was going to put the butter. And when I piled everything on top to go do something so I wouldn't lose where I was doing, I thought, you know what? This looks kind of cute. So I ended up just plopping them right on the toaster, kind of haphazardly, and thought, you know what, this will do. This will do nicely. So once I've got those all glued on the toaster, we're going to take our grid mat here, and I've gone ahead off camera and stamped my sentiment and added a little bit of foam tape and die cut that with one of the banner dies, and then we're just going to glue that on. Next, I've gone ahead with some foam tape on the back of our toaster. I'm going to add a little bit of extra glue just in case I need that stick and just in case I end up making a mistake. But using my reverse tweezers, I was able to plop that on there nice, just a little bit of dimension, which is neat. And then even a little bit more, I thought, could I do a little bit more dimension? And I thought, you know what, maybe not. I'm just going to go with a little bit of tape runner here. This is my easy tape runner. We're going to line up our card panel here. Now I used the Lacy stitched inside out die. What was it called? Sorry, I've got it right in front of me. The outside in stitch scallop rectangle stackables. That's what that is. And then we're going to take our Lacy heart stackable here in the largest one, both in the largest, and we're going to mount that right on top and give that a good mash down. So once we've got that, it's time to add a little bit of detail. Now, I wasn't sure what to do, but I had this Craft Perfect double-sided tissue tape that I haven't really had a solid chance to explore. And I thought it would be fun to take some of Lawn Fawn's pearlescent vellum and use the Valentine heart border die to add a little bit of a border to the top because I found it was a little bottom heavy and I needed something up there just to kind of balance it out. And what the neat thing about this die is that you can cut it down to size and then you could layer on top with this extra one. So that tissue tape that I was using is supposed to be transparent when you use it with vellum, I believe. I don't know, this was a gift from a friend of mine, and I really enjoy using it, so I believe that Scrap and Stamp has that on their website as well. Yes, I believe that they do. Yeah, it's Craft Perfect, so there is a link for that stuff on their website if you'd like to check it out. It's in the description box below. And once I've done that, I'm going to layer those guys on. I had a little bit of extra, I thought I would use it, and I thought it looked cute at the bottom, and I've got all these little cutouts here as well that I'll probably use to embellish my project, and I'll add that little border up there. And I really think that just adding this simple border to the top and bottom really ties in the card. Sometimes you don't have to add extra glitter and you don't have to add extra gems. Sometimes just extra die cuts I find do the job and really balance out a card. So once I've got all my embellishments on there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount this onto my card base. This is 4¼ by 5½, 110-pound cardstock. I'm going to go in with a little bit of tape runner there. Make sure to get all the edges so we don't get any lifting. And then we're going to go again ahead with the glue, make sure I get all those little scalloped edges as best as I can so we don't get any lifting. And that paper that I'm using, I really like the rainbow on the back, and it was really hard not to use that one, but I really wanted to keep this simple with the colors. But the name of this, I believe, is called Unicorn Mane, and you can still get it individually on their website. So once I've added an adequate amount of glue to the back of my card panel here, we are going to line everybody up, give that a good mash down, and that concludes my project. Be sure to leave your comment for a chance to win the $50 gift prize from Scrap and Stamp, as well as check out all the other makers and leaving a comment too and showing them some love. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.